Did we just get actual footage of a UFO up close? That's what these new videos. It's with Jon Stewart, not that Jon Stewart, different Jon Stewart. What do you think about this? Jon Stewart, who had the alien autopsy video out there for a bit and has talked pretty much on a lot of different shows about that particular video and how that video, or it might have been the interview, rather than the autopsy, but either way, has video that he has pretty much been adamant about that was legitimate. Well, he posted this. This didn't come from him necessarily, but he helped share this. Take a look at this footage. I know that a lot of the first thing I thought was, is it AI? Because now with AI, you can do anything, so it's always going to be the question. But take a look at this, and let's talk about it afterwards.
Been years to dig it up, to excavate it. I don't know what happened to the craft, but I know this is legitimate. Check this out.
You see a lot of the footage there, you know, as it's apparently this is like a Russian plane or something that's going around this. And looking at this, that's the top of it. So there's more to it, obviously. This guy said he, however he came across this footage, whatever it might be. Now you can make, it looks like an older shot footage, right? And apparently it's Russian footage, is from what the gentleman said inside of the video. How he came about it, I don't know. But a lot of people are asking how come if something of that size, how it's not on Google Maps and other things of that nature. And again, like AI being the first question. But let's go this route with it, right? This is the kind of thing that needs to happen when it's legit. I'm not saying this isn't legit. I'm just saying, but this is the type of thing that should happen in order to get the conversation out there. Where it's like this, instead of grainy footage and, oh, did a missile bounce off of that thing? But it was a balloon. You can't say that's a balloon. If you can look at that and you can, what you need to do is the people that are going through frame by frame, testing and checking the Hellfire missile thing, do that with this and say, okay, clearly that is AI generated. I can show you how it's AI generated. That isn't anything in particular. That is some kind of monument or whatever it might be. But let's see, you know, if it's, and even if it's something like, let's send it to one person who is not going to be at the highest level to say, no, you know what, I'm looking at it and I can't find any abnormalities about it. To me, it could be real. And then move it higher up the chain and then keep going up the chain that way, right? Saying, okay, look, we've had enough people look at this thing. Let's take a look. If it turns out like this is the kind of thing that if more footage like this pops out, to me, like that's how you're going to get the kind of disclosure eventually. If it's like, oh, okay, well, that got leaked. Because what always gets leaked is the stuff we saw at the hearing. It's great in theory and fantastic to think about where you're like, oh, we shot a freaking Hellfire missile at this thing and it broke off into pieces. But then there was like 87 people going back and forth and say, no, it's not real because of this and this. You can't really see it. It's grainy. It could be anything. It doesn't really do that. Like, that is this thing that we're looking at here, albeit even if it's fake or whatever it might be. Like, but look,
years to do legitimate.
Okay, so as you're going through it, like let's say that this is real. First of all, it's huge, and it goes to the reports of everything that people have talked about how these massive football-sized huge things, and so however it landed, nobody ever saw this thing crash. I mean, the size of it. But anyway, if it is, and you're looking at it going, okay, this is to me more so footage that like let's take a look and see what the hell that actually is. Like, what is that? Like, if you have it around the side there and you have that type of setup, if this would have come out like, I don't know, 5-10 years ago, I think the conversation gets a little bit, I mean, you still have people saying it's not real, this, that, but now it's just the first thing I thought of. The first thing I'm like, oh, that's AI. You can make, hey, AI, whatever program you're using, make me a video that looks old school footage and make it grainy and make it look like a helicopter's flying through and shooting it from the side. It's a UFO. It's trapped in between mountains. I mean, that's the kind of shit that you can do now. So I would just like to see, there are people who can analyze it and say, no, that's legit. That's real. First of all, but get this guy who has the footage or release this footage. Where'd you get it? Go on, shows and start talking about it. But this is also the type of thing. Why didn't you get this to Burleson? If this is legit and 100%, why didn't you send this to Burleson and say, this was taken by, we got this from the Russians, by the way. Play this. Show this. Not grainy footage of bouncing things, which, again, in theory, if you can prove that it actually is something, was a conversation for sure, but it's not clear cut. If you're like, look at this, this is clear cut. We have proven that this footage is real. This is real. That's, to me, those are the game changing moments. Send this out to outlets. Let other outlets cover this. So it's hard for me to believe it yet because I don't know. Because of the introduction of AI, I can't say, oh, to me, this looks real. I mean, it does look real, but a lot of AI stuff looks real. Do I think this is AI? I don't know. I don't know what it is. I have no idea. That's the problem with it today. What do you guys make of this? Do you think this is real footage? If so, what is it? If not, how did they do it? Do you think it's AI? Do you think it's something else? Put your thoughts in there. Let me know. Thanks for being here on the channel. I appreciate it. Talk to you soon.